Welcome back everybody to the Join the League season number 5 as well. We have a techies ban for some weird reason. Man, I would have loved to see techies, but not gonna happen today. But it is Awake versus Garuda Infinity in this 2-game series, where this is the second and the last game for this one. So, Garuda, they're 1 game ahead, a somewhat decisive victory over Awake in game 1. We'll see if the drafts will change drastically or if anything will be changed at all. But Awake, they have the first pick, Juggernaut, Brewmaster, Vengeful Spirit. There's just so many possibilities for the first pick. Even the Axe is a possibility which isn't banned now, but Vengeful will be the pick as Garuda. Going for a Witch Doctor and a Razor of all heroes. I mean, what can I say? A Razor, I'm not too sure what the idea behind this is, but we'll see. Maybe we're gonna see like some more team fight oriented build for Garuda Infinity, but Batrider is the pick for Awake. So going for more of like a pushing style, or not pushing, what am I saying? A pick off style. Just get a blink lasso, get one person out of the fight immediately so, and then just easy follow up 5 versus 4, or just push with that while the enemy team doesn't want to fight, being at a numbers disadvantage. Of course, it all will depend on which hero gets jumped. Whether Garuda will now just draft some kind of response to a Batrider, but the best response usually used is the Vengeful Spirit, which of course Awake themselves already have. Looking at the next bans though, a Necrophos as well as a Lion banned out by Awake, whereas a Drow together with a Lycan banned out by Garuda. So it's hard to say what they exactly want to go for next, but I was thinking like maybe they want to go for some pushing of their own, but banning out the Lycan now, I guess that's not gonna happen. Otherwise, it's like Voodoo Restoration, Razor with maybe an Aghanim Scepter Rush would have been pretty decent. But Garuda, if they want to run the Razor mid lane, they could pick up something like a Slark, for example. Excellent hero up against the Batrider. And to be honest, lots of teams haven't really picked up the Slark all that much in the recent past. So we'll see if Garuda will be one of the teams to just now utilize the Slark up against the Bat or not. I mean, any kind of just stuns will always be nice, of course, to have on your team. Maybe even something like that Sand King wouldn't be too horrible to pick up. Just a Blink Initiator. Also a hero that can counter initiate kind of against the Batrider. Maybe not with the Epicenter, because that would just take too long to channel after the Batrider blinks in, but you can just blink Burrow Strike and make it so that the Batrider cannot track somebody too far out of position, for example. As Garuda, third pick about to come. They're definitely considering this particular one a hell of a lot more than they did the previous ones. As far as supports are concerned, there's still something like a Shadow Shaman if you want to go for additional lockdown, as well as getting some pushing from the Mass Serpent wards. Of course, not that popular of a pick these days anymore. Or Skyrift Mage, I guess, could be decent-ish, but so far, picking up a Viper instead. Definitely had some pretty huge success with that particular hero in game number 1. So might be able to propagate that for game number 2 also. As they do have 2 of the heroes that both used to build mech. I think Viper is probably the better mech carrier than the Razor is. Just freeze Razor up for the straight of Aghanim Scepter, and although yes, Viper could use an Aghanim Scepter as well, definitely a great Aghanim's upgrade. I think Razor is just a little bit better in the sense that you can actually start going for objectives then a little bit easier, so. But Brewmaster the pick for Awake, whereas Garuda didn't consider that secondary pick all that long. Earthshaker will be picked up. Good long range stun up against the Batrider if he wants to come in. Although, if it's a Bat offlane, the Fisher, the stun aspect is gonna have to be enough, because if Batrider has Firefly, the block, the impassable terrain that usually makes the Earthshaker that feared of a support when you're the offlaner, isn't gonna be as effective against the Batrider, unless you can somehow bait out the Firefly, or maybe he mistimes the Firefly and it's gonna end just as he's trying to pass the Fisher and will get caught anyway, something like that. But still, Earthshaker is a nice hero to have nonetheless. Just additional lockdown always gonna be nice, especially if you get the blink and have the aftershock maxed out. Awake now though, we're gonna see a Morphling, so that's gonna be their hard carry. Definitely on paper at the very least, a much harder carry than a Viper or a Razor, either of those two. Of course, it all comes down to like how much farm you have, what stage in the game you already are with that said amount of farm. But Garuda at the moment, I don't think they want to take this really late. They might even try to go for like a bristleback once again, to be honest. Run like an Earthshaker, Razor safe lane possibly. With or Earthshaker, Viper safe lane with Witch Doctor, Bristle off lane and either Razor or the Viper mid lane then. Something along those lines. If not, a Puck could be possible once again, and they could still run dual lanes with like Viper, Witch Doctor off lane even, or Viper, Earthshaker off lane, and Witch Doctor, Razor safe with Puck mid lane, anything like that. As well, Rubik is now the ban for Garuda. Definitely Earthshaker's Fisher would have been a pretty nice ability to steal. Viper Strike, not too shabby either, and pretty much the easiest, or one of the easiest abilities to steal. Pretty much the same with the Wraith Fire Blast of the Wraith King, just the only ability to take. Troll Warlord now banned out, and funny enough, Juggernaut left in the pool. That's not something you see every day, as Queen of Pain will be the pick, just finishing up the aggressive nature of the lineup for Garuda Infinity. But Juggernaut not picked, I have to say, a little bit weird to see that. I highly doubt Awake is gonna pick it up now, so this is one of the rare games in, well, the recent month or so, where Juggernaut will get completely ignored. So, Awake, what's it going to be? 5 seconds left, and then another 1 minute and 28 seconds. But it's going to be a Lich, so might be a dual off lane themselves, or they might even be running like a Morphling Lich dual mid lane up against a Queen of Pain, to be honest. Might not even be that bad of a choice, just because it slows down the Queen of Pain a little bit. Brewmaster can easily farm up safe lane, just get guaranteed farm there, but how is Garuda gonna lane this? Is it even gonna be a Queen of Pain mid lane? I would kind of hope so, but who the hell knows? Deja Vu Knight definitely played a mean Puck in the first game. We'll see if his Queen of Pain is just as crisp with the plays as it was in the previous game. But guys, heading into game number 2 here, having it start, gonna introduce the lineups. Deja Vu Knight will be playing the Queen of Pain, leaving Greymon playing the Witch Doctor with Vans on the Viper, Spika on the Earthshaker, leaving Liberi Fatali as the last one, playing the Razor. As for Awake, Nori playing the Vengeful Spirit, Boom on the Brewmaster, Toy plays the Morphling, with Yo2 playing the Lich, and the last one, Alliance S4, whoever that may actually be, playing the Batrider. Because if it was the real S4, it would just say stand-in S4, because it's otherwise secret S4, so yeah. Things looking a little bit weird. Oh, Nori! Poison attack will slow him down, but there's no follow-up, no Fisher yet. They're waiting maybe a little bit too long, maybe waiting for the perfect position. Fisher onto Boom only. God, if I only used it that way, could have landed on like 4 heroes, but they get the first spot. Waveform over by Toy. They get one in return. Yo2 now in a hell of a lot of trouble. Kraemon, Paralyzing Cask already used, but it's a 2 for 2 so far. Vance though, just in the middle of nowhere, solo. Could have maybe tried to commit completely. Oh, the Fisher, never mind, not gonna be enough. Firefly too much, Awake. They come out ahead, slightly so, 3 kills. Batrider, of course, getting off to a great start, getting 2 of the kills to his own name. And the Fisher, first of all, you could have, if he had used it immediately, I guess there would have been a chance that they themselves would have gotten blocked by this, because they were coming through this chokehold. So they might have gotten blocked by the Fisher themselves, but had they used the Fisher immediately, it would have been like, okay, that's a crooked line, but you get the point. And they could have gotten the easy kill onto the Vengeful Spirit and then just backed off. But that was like a really weird Fisher, only landing onto 1 here, where it could have landed on 4 when he casted it from the same spot towards the other way. Or at least on 3. Maybe 4 they were a little bit too spread for that, but in any case, Deja Vu Knight also has the first point into Shadow Strike now, but he's heading towards the safe lane. So a very similar laning decision coming out from Garuda 8 as in game number 1. But Razor will be facing a dual lane of Lich and Morphling, so maybe an early point into that, or 1 value point into Unstable Current might just be good enough for them. Just because Lich is going to be spamming you with Frostback Blast constantly, and if you get that Purge return, at least it's going to be something. As top lane, Viper definitely should have the upper hand in farm up against Brewmaster. Does have a Ring of Passive finished up as well, giving some extra mana regen to everybody on the lane. Or well, everybody on your own team at the very least. Mid lane though, even if Greymon came in, not too sure if he would be able to do too much. Especially considering Morphling is already level 2 Lich, about to hit level 2, and well, since he did join the fight early on, doesn't have sacrifice, now he does, but has to wait a little bit more mana for it as Toy. Getting some damage stolen, Paralyzing Cask will get dodged, or at least will get dodged when it was in the vicinity of the other creeps that it could have bounced. But does make it out. But it might even be a just constant dual lane. We shall see. Of course, if you're constantly dual laning this, you're going to be falling behind the next pitch because Lich will constantly be denying some. If you're stacking camps, maybe you're going to be able to catch up, although Garuda, they don't have the greatest heroes to farm up stacks, to be honest. I mean, with a couple of heroes there, yes, they can do so. Plasma Field as well as Scream of Pain, for example. Other than that, not that great of a just farming lineup. Like Shadow Fiend with Razes in the last game, for example. It was really easy, and oh, nice ward deny coming out in the mid lane. Really well done by Greymon, just... I guess it's not that uncommon of a ward, especially since you are running the dual mid lane. So, 2 minutes in, the only kills we've seen so far. Of course, I'm not complaining, we've seen already lots of kills. But they did happen pretty much before the creep spawned, as side pool not gonna accomplish too much from Spike, I believe. Well, it does get Skeleton Warriors down, so that's nice. Boom though, not gonna farm them up. Just gonna go farm on the lane instead. So far, 9 and 2 up on Vance compared to a 6. Paralyzing Caster will not bounce, but the Fisher is there. Poison attack to follow. Nice Magic Missile, but I think a few more right clicks. Never mind, Magic Missile, it was enough. And boom, does he really want to keep on going? He's gonna have another Thunderclap. Will land it onto Vance, and one more right click. Oh god, Healing Cell, not enough. And suddenly the supports can't do just squat anymore up against Brewmaster. I can't believe this tri-lane up against the dual lane gave away a kill on the Viper. That should not have happened, but... well, I guess the levels aren't that great on them yet. Plus, the Fisher didn't really block off the Vengeful Spirit, just a stun. Paralyzing Cast was used more or less at the same time and nothing to bounce to. So the execution could have been a little bit better, but... unfortunately, it wasn't. Viper, though, still should have the upper hand in last hits, even with this one just a mishap. As mid lane, Razor up to 13, 14 and 6 now compared to a 6 and 5 Morphling. So this dual lane so far really hasn't been able to show dominance. Of course, mostly just because Greymon did appear here. Although Greymon has been rotating around as well. But Razor's just doing a great job so far of staying properly in lane, getting the farm advantage. As looking at the safe lane, Queen of Pain shouldn't have too many problems up against the Batrider. Especially having gone for 2 points into Shadow Strike. So he's gonna heavily just go for a harass war with the Batrider. And having a Magic Stick might be able to even come out ahead there. There aren't too many heroes that don't care too much about the Batrider, and now Deja Vu might have to blink here. Yes, he's gonna have to blink out. But that's just a Firefly now baited out for Batrider, although mana-wise doesn't have any issues because he has a bottle. But Firefly still being on cooldown, he's gonna be able to even... oh, that's pretty nice. Shadow Strike just ends, gonna be able to bottle up and get the double damage. That might give him a tiny advantage for a little while in the lane. But Queen of Pain still getting his own last hits going. Magic Stick, boots already there, even a Healing Salve if it really comes down to that. Well, 2 to 4, the overall kill score now. Top lane, Nori. Sitting at the right position, not gonna get ganked up, and it's just kind of dual lanes, or each lane is matching the exact same numbers of heroes, so... or maybe not for long. Nori will come in with that smoke. And Greymon to be honest should be an easy target. Although Waveform comes out only onto the Witch Doctor, but it's just gonna be enough. Magic Missile is there, as well as the Frost Blast. And now Toy is gonna have to Strength Morph just to make sure that Razor does not get the counter kill here, but... all is fine. Earthshaker does TP in way too late though. Way too late. I'm not too sure if it was even worth it. Now Fisher does land on 2 though. Plasma Field is only level 1, so he's not even gonna attempt it. If it was a level 2, I'm not too sure if it then would have been enough, but definitely a lot closer. As Queen of Pain, 5 sticky napalm stacks. Does have a blink, of course, but look at the double damage with that with the sticky napalm. Oh, Magic Missile! Nori came in from behind, 7 stacks of sticky napalm. Queen of Pain, he is so screwed. Goes for a Scream of Pain, knew he couldn't do anything else. Magic Stick used a little bit too late. Fisher into Nori, 60 HP remaining. Razor in the meantime does get the kill on Lich. But Vengeful Spirit, man, beautiful rotations, 2, 0 and 4, has been a part of every single kill his team has gotten. And Queen of Pain thought she's safe with the blink, maybe should have just blinked into the trees instead. Probably a safer position, but I guess he expected Batrider to follow if he blinks into the trees. So, what can I say? A little bit unfortunate, but at least... Never mind, he didn't get the counter kill onto Vengeful even as Greymon now in some trouble. Boom, Thunderclap will land on the Toy, but he's already, or Liberty rather, he's already stealing damage though. 56 points of it, to be exact. Toy. Waveform is still ready for him, and he's gonna have to waveform over the trees, over the hills. So he's gonna be fine, but farm-wise, still looking pretty good. Looking at the levels, a little bit better so far Awake, but they have a Lich, plus they have a kill advantage. And, well, never mind. I guess it's not looking better after all. It's zeroed out. Net worth slightly in the favor of Garuda. Not by too much, considering that in last hits, the 3 of the cores are just farming better than anybody else. Still, game is pretty damn even for now. Deja Vu Knight, 23 and 8, not, or definitely not as great of a game as last time around. Then again, matchup a little bit harder, and of course Nori has been doing a great job on the Vengeful helping out here. There's 3 stacks of Sticky Napalm. He's gonna wait for them to expire, and he should be fine now. Batrider does have an Invis. Probably will keep it as a safety measure until he really needs mana. Then again, if he just backs off the in... Oh god, I don't think he would have enough with just using only 1 charge, especially if he keeps on magic sticking like this. But Nori now, on the Vengeful, gonna go towards the mid lane instead. Is he gonna catch a target? Possibly so, Razor. Not too hard of a kill. Replicate is even used here. Magic Missile will set things up. Waveform to follow. Frost Blast as well. Nice Fisher though. Body blocking though. Spike out. Don't body block your own teammate. He did activate that Static Link. Yes, Static Link I do believe it is. Has Toy now in some trouble. Waveform, not enough mana. Greymon will come in with the Paralyzed Cask, of course. Doesn't get any bounces or anything like that. So Toy with the Strength Morph might even be able to survive completely out of mana. But we don't have enough mana for a Fisher, which would have been an easy kill. So Toy does make it out once again. Morphling too strong, guys. But Razor also survives, so all is well in the end. At least for Garuda, that is. Awake, of course, can't be too unhappy about it either, as oh, Deja Vu Knight will come in. Does not get the rune though, or does he? No bounty rune onto S4. Oh god, no! Sonic Wave was used straight at the end, but it wasn't enough. Batrider had to use the rune immediately, but... Queen of Pain, unable to refill his bottle now thanks to that, which means no extra mana regen, so he's going to be rather low. Can't really do too much if the Batrider comes back. And Batrider, he's up to 1.5k gold, so if he continues like this, gonna get a blink rather fast as well. Of course, has been a part of 4 kills, 3 has gotten himself, so lots of gold that way. As Joe2 is just gonna TP out, but at least TP forced out, not too bad. I don't think Razor even knows that he forced it out, but... It's still good for them. In the meantime, Vons slowly working towards the mech, or well, maybe not that slowly, but probably not as fast as in game number 1 for... It was, I think, Liberty Fatali playing that one? Maybe, not sure. But 9 minutes in now, looking at the net worth, Razor is number 1, but Batrider isn't all that far behind. And it is kind of... just... It's like a ladder of net worth almost. Yes, now it is. Perfect. And Vengeful Spirit just has so much farm compared that to the support of Garuda and Batrider now. With this triple stack of big camps, getting the wolves also. That's gonna, well, not gonna be his blink dagger entirely, but a hell of a lot closer than he was before. Also gonna be able to hit level 8, I believe. So, going pretty good for the Batrider for the time being. Of course, Queen of Pain getting some free time on the bottom lane at the same time. Was bottle crewing also, so we'll have a completely filled up bottle coming through. 1.2k on top of that. Power Treads, yes. Power Treads, TP Scroll. Sonic Wave on cooldown though, so cannot quite blow up Nori. Who's level 6 also now. We'll see if he picks up the swap. Yes, she does. But Queen of Pain has died once. Has 1 assist either, but that's about it for now. As Bounty Rune picked up by that Razor, but there's an Invis rune on Boom, and well, Invis, Primal Split is ready. Thunderclap, Primal Split is used, but is it even going to be enough? Well, with the help of Batrider, probably will be. They're going to use a lasso, or are they? No, they're not going to feel the need to, but there's the Viper Strike on Batrider suddenly. He cannot get close enough. Flame Break will push him a little bit farther away. Greymon, he's around. Paralyzing Cask. Oh god, is it going to get value? Yes, it is. With the Plasma Field, they get 1 kill. Are we going to have another Thunderclap? Not enough mana. Fisher is there from him. With that enchant totem to follow. Aftershock only level 1, but proves to be enough of a stun anyway. That gank went so south of this. use the lasso man, get him out of the tower range. I don't know, that was a little bit too eager, and Viper didn't lose his cool. Viper strike up the Batrider, run as far away from him as possible so no lasso can come out. Flame break, of course, being level 2, not enough damage with the corrosive skin, being maxed out. And nice rotations by the supports, paralyzing cask, excellent value as mid lane. Yoto trying to TP out, Scream of Fame, Sonic Wave. Are you kidding me? He survives again. I'm not too sure, but that Sonic Wave went a little, like the hero was here, Sonic Wave went like this way. Maybe clipped him on the edge and went like that instead. Not entirely sure, but he did take damage from something, as now once he's gonna still lose his life. Slowed down by way too much, so with Nori's help, they do get the kill in the end. And that delays out the mech by a tiny bit, as now S4 is farming up that enemy jungle. So 5-7, the overall kill score. Looking at the graphs, does drop down a little bit now with the Viper kill, but about a 1300 lead for G8. XP about 1000 or so. So not a huge lead by any means, and if they had a mech, it would be a little bit better for them. But of course, they don't. And now, oh god, S4 is gonna get found out. No Shadow Strike for some reason from Deja Vu Knight though. I guess just even one stack of sticky napalm really screws over your turn rate. And now S4 does have his blink finished. Well, I shouldn't call him S4 because, well, it's highly likely that it's a fake S4 because, yeah, I already mentioned the reasons earlier or at the start of the game. But Batrider gets his blink, so does the Brewmaster, and that is scary. Double blink, whereas G8, they don't have a single blink apart from, well, Queen of Pain's just skill, the blink. And that's what maybe G8 is gonna lack the entire game, just somebody to jump in reliably and not die. Like the Brewmaster, he blinks in, Thunderclap, Primal Split, there aren't that many stuns. Queen of Pain definitely doesn't have enough farm to get a really ridiculously fast Orchid. At the moment, might even get like a super slow Orchid if that's even the item he wants to go for. So just the initiation aspect awake, definitely ahead in that. As Batrider already looking for a kill here. Can he drag somebody off? I mean, Vengeful Spirit is close by. Nori, man. I'd like to know who the hell he is, because he's playing excellent and they're gonna jump on Greymon. Easy kills, although. Is it? Yes, Fisher is there. But there's no Sonic Wave, or never mind, there is. Just felt that it doesn't have the right angle and probably would not have had enough to get the kill out anyway. But this Vengeful Spirit, just the game of his life, still has been a part of every single kill. 2, 0, and 6. Farm-wise, okay, well, I guess he's not progressing as rapidly, but still compare that to the Earthshaker or that Witch Doctor. It is massive, and now, well, Toy, he just got blown up. Fisher was even used as well, just to make sure there's no waveform or replicate or anything. And with this Vance, does pick himself up that mech now. Has even a little bit extra to spare, maybe pick up a TP if need be. But there is a Primal Split ready for Brewmaster. Blink, Thunderclap, Primal Split definitely could just do things or make things happen. Oh no, oh never mind, there's an Invisible Razor. For a second I was like, oh crap. Does body block Nori a little bit, not too sure if you noticed that. Oh, yep, they popped the sentry down. Easy Frost Blast, Flame Break as well. Lasso isn't there, but Razor not going to be able to outrun this anyway. Fisher, although, never mind. Yeah, he's down. They need a Shadow Strike, Death Ward is there as well. Chain Frost will bounce only once to Greymon. And with the Primal Split, I guess Wood Restoration is pretty good against that. If only they manage to kill the Fire Panda. They are going to time out anyway, so maybe with a Thunderclap, boom. Just going to blink to safety to just be absolutely sure of his own survival. But it's going to be 1-for-1, a Batrider for that Razor. So I guess in the end it's not all that bad. Could have gone a hell of a lot worse. G8 could have just lost the Razor and not get anything in return, to be honest. And also the Primal Split was used and the Chain Frost. So in the end it's maybe a tiny victory for G8 because they don't have any massive ultimates to really spend even. As top lane, Batrider does have his ultimate, but not gonna make the jump when he's there solo. Probably just wouldn't get the kill. Maybe if he had a 4-staff, but otherwise you use the Lasso and Razor, you're gonna get purged for a little while. And you're just gonna be slowed down by so much. But Batrider is farming pretty decently, gonna farm up another just camp in the jungle now. Although Firefly does end, so suddenly farming it is a hell of a lot harder unless you want to use Flame Break, which he does. Does have 3 charges of the bottle after all, so I guess it doesn't matter that much in the end. But if only G8 knew, man. They have 5 heroes in the top lane, but Batrider does back off for now. As Viper, he gets the tier 1 down. Do they keep on going though? That's the question, as Razor has picked himself up an Ogre Club. I think it's going to be a BKB, just because there is quite a lot of magical damage on Awake, and well, speaking of Awake, they are going for the Roshan at the same time. They have the minus armor from the level 3 Wave of Terror, the medallion as well, and Batrider just blinked. And there is a smoke coming off from G8, but do they have any heroes with them who can just damage the Batrider, get close? No, they don't. No, they don't have. So Age is picked up on Morphling. Queen of Pain does get the tier 1 at the same time, so it's something. And they do see the Batrider now also. Smoke still up on Vance. They need some damage to disable the blink though. Otherwise there's no chance for a kill. And even then Nori Nori would have been there with a swap anyway, possibly. As we might get an initiation now onto Spica, or, well, really anybody. Flame Break will be there pushing back Viper. Not gonna get the lasso to follow though. Fisher is there just in case, but the Blink, Thunderclap, Primal Split as well. Viper, he has the mech, but will he even be able to use it? Chain Frost is there. He uses the mech. Chain Frost gonna bounce a couple of times. Back to the creeps. Now Greymon, he's gonna get lassoed. Easy 2 kills for them. Can they get more though? Can the Storm Panther get in range for his Cyclone? Does not look like it, but easy 2 kills anyway. And a tier 1 to follow. Glyph barely comes out with 27 HP remaining. Liberate Razor, he's standing strong. Oh god, Sonic Wave lands on free. Gets rid of the Aegis. 2 heroes down. Blink Thunderclap does a lot of damage. But man, that Fisher into the Blink Scream of Pain. Do we have a Blink out? Echo Slam buys some time for Deja Vu Knight. He's going to turn it around, I think. Maybe at least get like a Shadow Strike off, disabling the Blink on Boom, for example. Blink Scream of Pain onto Toy, but Strength Morph too strong. Fisher into Boom to make sure no Blink Thunderclap will happen. But Razor, do you want to keep on going? Forces out the waveform on Toy. Nothing else. Man. Just pretty great just counter initiation from G8 there. Or rather Awake. They wanted to go for the tower, which was destroyed by the Morphling, so it wasn't denied or anything, but it was a heavy price to pay just losing the Aegis. So not getting any value out of that. Almost losing the Morphling twice. Of course, the burst damage, or the majority of the burst that G8 had, already was used to get the Aegis and the 2 kills. So getting the Morphling after that while he has Strength Morph is definitely hard. But I'd say G8, they played that as well as they could have. So really well done by them. And it looks like Deja Vu Knight will be going for that Aghanim Scepter, and never mind, his already has it finished. So no Orchid coming out, which would have been excellent against the Brewmaster, of course. Even against the Morphling, it's not all that bad. But Aghanim Scepter, just having the 40-second cooldown, it might be exactly what they need, to be honest. Just, like I said, against Morphling, you definitely need the burst damage, and with this, it increases the damage a little bit, plus 40-second cooldown is just bloody marvelous. As the Batrider now, they're on the hunt, they're trying to do something. I mean, Morphling is farming up a little bit, trying to split push, but he's definitely not getting out of hand yet, whereas the Spike on the Earthshaker has caught up a little bit. The Scream on Flame broken back, lassoed up as well. But is it the best choice here? Viper Strike into Nori Nori, who's not gonna TP out. The Fisher from long range. Scream of Pain does get the kill. The others will TP out. So we had the problem also in the last game where the Wake TP'd out so often just because, well, they didn't have enough stuns. I guess this might be true in this case as well. But they do get 1 kill, so a 1-for-1 in the end. And it's just lasso for a Witch Doctor. To be honest, you get the kill, it's fine. But you lose a hero in return, suddenly it's like, I mean, lasso, it's not like it's that long of a cooldown. It's not like a wasted ultimate. It's just the end result, in this case, wasn't as favorable. As Yoto, trying to build a mech for their team on the Lich. Has the Buckler, so it's helping out a tiny bit, but mech still quite a ways away. Or at least, well, maybe not that much. I mean, it's about 900 gold. Headrest almost finished for him already as it is. As Viper in the meantime looks to be going for a mech, as is Razor, who is gonna have it to 400 gold, but runs into Boom. Gonna activate that static link, of course, and Boom just gonna blink away with that. Okay, that was a little bit anticlimactic. Thought that there might be like a primal split or anything, but couldn't get or couldn't have gotten the kill solo anyway, I believe. So 10 to 12, looking at the graphs, a 2k or so net worth lead for G8. XP slightly favoring Awake, so game is pretty damn even, and just whoever takes like one huge fight might be able to roll out of control with this game. But it's really all about how farm can this Morphling get, because realistically, if it goes to a really late stage of the game, it's gonna be mostly about this Morphling. I mean, Brewmaster has some pretty nice farm. Vladimir's offering definitely gonna help out with the bonus armor, although the lifesteal aspect, not that significant. I mean, increasing the base damage, especially for a Morphling, is a big thing, because Morphling is more or less only stat based. And he's going for a BKB next, unless it's an SNY Morphling, which I have to say is extremely rare. As Vant, only a recipe short of his own BKB now. Razor, I believe, never mind. Still a little bit short. I mean, they just aren't the greatest of flash farmers. And Queen of Pain, funny enough, although didn't have the greatest start, is catching up now. And oh god, Greymon, another lasso. You are so freaking screwed. Nobody's even gonna come in and help you, or are they? Vant's TP's in yet? I think it was Spika cancelling his own TP. I mean, Deja Vu Knight just... Well, he has a regen rune, so never mind. He would have enough mana if he really wanted to go in. Blow up a Lich or something. Well, we shall see. We shall see, guys. So BKB is finished up on Razor now. Do we have anything massive coming out for the side of Awake? Morphling, for example? Nope, just the Overclap, still Lich. Only about 625 gold short of that mech recipe. And G8, I think they should be a little bit more forceful. Maybe they really want to wait for the BKB on Vance, but that's going to be a pretty long wait if they farm like they are at the moment. It's going to take him like at least 4 minutes, I think, to get enough gold for that, unless they get some towers or kills. And it's just maybe giving Morphling a little bit too much space. A funny thing is that Batrider literally isn't getting the chomps at the moment on too many heroes. So I guess it's not all that bad. And well, Fisher into Toy, but they're gonna go for the replicate instead. No Shadow Strike even, you're just gonna kill it off normally, right clicks. I guess removing the replicate of a Morphling is somewhat of a price if you don't have to waste too much on it. As Deja Vu picks up an ultimate robe. Hopefully gonna be a Hex. A tiny chance that it's gonna be a Lincoln Sphere. But hoping for a Hex for sure. But 23 minutes in, things have stagnated a hell of a lot. I mean, there was a reasonable amount of action. Not the craziest considering that we had 5 kills before the creep spawned. So out of the 23 we have now, about 18 have happened over the just course of, let's say, 23 minutes. So we have less than 1 kill per minute, theoretically. But there's a Midas finished up on Brewmaster, and, well, I wanted to say earlier that without the Midas it's not going to be that big of a thing in the late game, but with the Midas you can get guaranteed farm, so you're going to get like an AC for your team, go for the Aura Panda, or just get, well, AC I think is definitely going to be nice anyway, almost in any game. But AC, then maybe Hex, maybe an Abyssal Blaze. Oh, Queen of Pain, you are so royally screwed already. Nope, gets the blink out just before. Never mind, with the 4 staffs and the flame break, they're still going to get the last sound for Queen of Pain, so they're still going to get the kill, I believe. Chain Frost, everything is used. Can you get the blink out? Oh god, he's still safe. Are you kidding me? Boulder Toss from the Panda, not going to happen yet. He's trying to bottle up as Witch Doctor to get the kill on the Lich. Now the Brewling's in some trouble as Battler. He's in the most trouble probably. Spike Guy, is he going to pop the Echo Slam for it? No, he's not. Nice 4 step from Battler. Paralyzing Cask will cancel the TP, but they need the Fisher. Fisher, will it be there? It will, but it's not completely blocking him off, I believe, so Batrider does survive, but Queen of Pain makes it out alive. So much commitment from Awake, yet they fail to get the kill. 1.6k HP, I guess, not too easy to chew through. And they lose a Lich. I mean, Death Ward was used, yes, but a rather low cooldown. The same for the Viper Strike, as well as the Eye of the Storm. So, well done, Garuda. But Morphling at the same time has reached the number 2 spot in net worth. BKB looks like it's going to be the item of choice. Otherwise, I think SNY would have already been finished up. And I really wouldn't have enjoyed an SNY Morphling, I think. But it's gonna be so-so because Sonic Wave can still kill you. And to be honest, Sonic Wave, I don't think we've seen one ever since he picked up the Aghanims. But I guess there haven't been like too many opportunities to do so anyway. As Viper, with those Ancients, if he manages to farm them up freely without getting ganked or killed, he's gonna have his BKB finished. As the blink is done on Spika, purchases it up as well now. I mean, out of mana, out of health, but has his blink dagger done. 1.8k gold on Deja Vu Knight as well. So Queen of Pain, man, I hope it's a Hex, I really do. Brewmaster though, Hand of Might is ticking. Getting some extra value, extra gold income there. Batrider has the 4 staff and has himself another staff of wizardry, maybe Yule Scepter in the making. I guess there's a teeny tiny chance of a Dagon. Kind of hoping for a Yule Scepter, I think. 4 staff also up on Nori Nori, and well, he still has more farm than Earthshaker, but it's not as big as it was before when he had like almost 3k and the others had 1k or something. Lich does still not have the mech finished. Went for a... Never mind, it's Boom Spot. I was like, what? But Toy does have his BKB finished on the Morphling, so that's definitely going to help out in survivability. G8, they don't have the greatest amount of physical output. Of course, there's a Death Ward. There's Razor. If he steals enough damage with the Static Link, it can be enough. But it's just not as reliable. Maybe if Greymon had an Aghanim Scepter, it would be a hell of a lot better, but he's not even close, just because Earthshaker has farm priority. And it's sad to see a Witch Doctor who just cannot live up to his potential. But then again, Earthshaker needs the Blink, so hopefully from now on, since he does have the Blink, they're gonna just change things up. TP back in the meantime from Batrider, leaves behind a Trail of Fire to just drag the creep wave away. Smart choice. As Razor, going for the Aghanim Scepter next to speed up their pushing if they ever get to towers properly. But Morphling and Brewmaster definitely farming better in general than G8 is, as you can see. And Queen of Pain does have some pretty decent farm, and gonna go for the Lincoln Sphere, I guess. Playing it absolutely safe. But I'm not too sure if safe is the best decision here. As Toy split pushing top lane at the same time with the BKB, should feel rather safe. There's no Lion with a Blink Hex to just shut you down before you get the Blink or BKB off. There's a tiny chance of Blink, Echo Slam, Enchant, Totem and Fisher to be able to stun lock you perfectly. And then the Paralyzing Cast to follow, but even then it's a pretty hard task for them to do. And oh god, Razor, he's in so much trouble. He gets the BKB off before the lasso, and of course when the lasso comes, there's the Purge. Fisher comes out as well. Paralyzing Cast will not bounce, swap back into the Death Ward. Nori Nori, he is so sacrificial. Forced up to the high ground though, he's still alive. Might get chased down though, and should Poison Attack to slow him down. There's gonna be a Blink on Earthshaker as well as a Fisher soonish. Echo Slam, not gonna happen. Not gonna have to waste that one. So they get the 1 kill again. Awake are the ones going aggressive, yet they are the ones losing a hero. I mean, Razor did have to pop the BKB. Well worth the survival of himself though. Even without the BKB, might have survived, but played it safe. Eye of the Storm will not damage Boom, so still has the Blink Dagger. And never mind. Oh, no, he didn't right click first? What? Or did he miss the right click? Not too sure, but Primal Split is 4, so that's decent in itself. They don't have enough damage to kill off all the Brewlings though. If they had like a Meepo or, I don't know, some massive physical damage Phantom Assassin, it could be done. But at least there's a Linken's now. I'm not too sure what G8 is waiting for. Like, what item could they possibly be waiting for? Maybe the Linken's was like, okay, we can go now. We can start sieging towers without having to be too afraid of just getting like lassoed. Not too sure. I still think Hex would have been way better, especially in dealing with that Morphling. Blink Echo Slam is there. They need more stuns. Fisher comes out. Sonic Wave as well. They do have enough. Even had Morphling activated the BKB, it would have been actually excellent for G8 for him to activate BKB. But there's the Viper Strike. He does get the lasso. The swap comes out, and another therefore there's their Yoto. He's slowed down. Liberty gonna get an easy kill there. Chain Frost does bounce, but between BKB targets, finally they do split out enough. So another 2 kills go in the way of Garuda 8. Really well done. Morphling was so reluctant in popping his BKB there. Had he been able to dodge the Fisher block, I think he would have been fine. Or Fisher stun. But of course, was unable to do so. Plasma Field, not checking into the trees, but might not even need it. Lincoln's still there. Lasso on cooldown anyway. So G8, they're reacting extremely well to what Awake is doing. I have to say, rather good team play coming out from Garuda Infinity. From a team that I really haven't seen all that much of from before. But at the moment, about only a 1500 net worth as well as XP lead. The biggest lead this game has been about 2000 for either just Graph. Tower does go down now. So G8, maybe now they will have enough to just grow that lead a little bit more. But man, such an even game for the time being. As Batrider now. Does Queen of Pain have enough solo to get the kill? Batrider does spot it out. Pulls up himself a rune as well and will be perfectly fine. So now Arcane Boots even finished up on Witch Doctor. Does have a point booster, but well, what do you know? It's Razors. That's just such a tease. It's like, I want my Aghanim Scepter. Give my Witch Doctor an Aghanim Scepter, guys. Yule Scepter now is though finished up on the Batrider finally. So Bat, although had a pretty good start, hasn't had the most spectacular of follow-ups in this game. But 3.6k, wow, that's a massive amount of gold that the Brewmaster is holding on to. Of course, if he dies, gonna lose quite a hefty amount of it. But what's he even gonna go for? Is it like Sacred Relic into Abyssal Blade? Is it straight off AC? Do we build a straight off Hex? Any of those items might be fine. As Replicate out, so Deja Vu Knight just gonna go and push out the lane instead. Up to another 1.6k gold. Does anybody else have any big items? Yasha up on Vans. That's it. About 600 gold missing on Razor to get the Aghanim Scepter. Is level 15 as well, so wouldn't even have the max value from that quite yet. Although Batrider is coming in. Do they smoke with the rest of them? They are farming up the Ancients. 4.2k and boom, my god. Straight off Aghanims. I'm not too sure if that's the greatest choice. I mean, it's nice to get supports down like Blink, Thunderclap, Primal Split, Thunderclap. Get the Drunken Brawler on the Panda as well. But even then, it's hard to say if it's just straight out going to be enough. I still think Aghanim Scepter 32 minutes in might not prove to be enough value. I would have definitely preferred an AC or a Hex to that, even Abyssal Blade. Mech also finished now though on Yo2, so that's gonna be a tiny bit helpful for them. And we'll see, maybe the Aghanims will just be enough. Definitely nice, just straight out survivability with the extra stats. But Smoke does break, and once again Garuda, just not having the proper initiation is definitely hurting them. Otherwise they could be going for so many more kills if they had the Blink Hex, which hopefully this ultimate orb now will be. Tiny chance of ending like an Eye of Skadi as well. We'll see, but now G8 being on the top side, awake. This could be the opening for Roshan, and they're gonna go into it as well. Blink from Boom pops that spell block. Minus Harm comes through from the Wave of Terror, maxed out, as well as that Medallion of Courage, but I don't think G8 will get there in time. So it's just gonna be easy Roshan once again for Awake. Morphling most likely will pick up the Aegis, and that's just a huge mistake from G8. Not having proper vision around the area, but they might get the jump on them. They're going to run into the Sonic Wave. Oh god, Aegis popped immediately with the Echo Slam. Nori, he swapped out Brewmaster, who got the Primal Split off. Look at his HP, he had 60 remaining. Deja Vu, he does go down. There's the Death Ward from the high ground. It's going to get interrupted by a Cyclone. But Razor going strong, as is the Viper. They want to get the Lich, as Greymon will get easily chased down by Toy. And now Razor, he's in some trouble. I guess the double Thunderclap's doing some work. Blink Thunderclap, maybe, boom. Never mind, gonna have to blink somewhere. Is anywhere safe? Speaker, oh god, gets the enchant totem after the 4-staff, but there's no Firefly, no nothing to get out. Flame Break. Batrider, he is so freaking screwed. He's gonna lose his life in the end. Yo2 hiding in the trees, no TP on him. Toy though is split pushing. Brewmaster already back into the safety of his own base. But man, Brewmaster 60 HP remaining. It would have been a completely just wrecked fight by G8 had the Primal Split not come out from the Brewmaster. That Brewmaster, first of all, it cancelled the Witch Doctor Death Ward. Although it's only level 1, it wouldn't have been that devastating anyway. But also it just did quite a lot of damage, to be honest, with the Thunderclaps in between and everything. So that Brewmaster Primal Split was just so crucial for them, and that's just G8 not having just locked down apart from the Earthshaker pretty much. I mean, Paralyzing Cask not all reliable either. As Earthshaker farming up the jungle, taking a heavy harassment from it, or for doing so. But man, it was still a nice initiation from G8, to be honest. And Nori. I'm still in the mentality of the previous series of Execration. But Nori, beautiful swap out. Had the swap not landed on Brewmaster, that fight would have been so freaking lost for them, I think. So 16 to 15 the kill score. Looking at the graphs, net worth pretty much zeroed out. XP 1k lead for Awake. Still 35 minutes in, and it's so freaking close. Morphling though, actually starting to hurt with right clicks. 5.4k in the bank. What? What are you hoarding for? Is the shotgun? Well, blowing up Witch Doctor definitely gonna be an easy feat. I mean, 900 HP. At least if he had a point booster would be a little bit better, but he doesn't. Looking at the buyback status, Brewmaster and Morphling have them, so the more important heroes have it, so nothing too much for Awake to worry about at the moment. But Aghanim Scepter Eye of the Storm level 3 finally comes out. Scream of Pain, yeah, he's gonna reveal himself, kill the creep wave, go for the tower. The glyph is used, but I don't think Awake will mount the defense for the tier 2. Probably if G8 really want to keep on going, I think they're gonna defend high ground, but I really doubt that this is even gonna happen. Without Eye of the Storm, I don't think they're gonna pressure it unless they get the pick off first. So everybody's kind of farming, split pushing. Fun times. Toido, does he want to go for a kill? 6.1k, dude! Purchase something, Morphling, please. Butterfly wouldn't be too horrible. Maybe even in like a Satanic, but... Oh god. E-Blades, Butterfly, Satanic, finish up a Manta style, go for Skadi. Anything. With Skadi, I wouldn't mind that choice. And looks like Skadi will be the item for him. Picks up double ultimate orbs. Does have enough gold for that point booster, as well as the Orb of Venom. So Skadi will be finished for the Morphling now. Oh, Blink, Shadow Strike onto Boom. Forces out the Primal Split. Can he escape now? Lincoln's popped from that boulder toss and easy Blink out. Or is it? Yoto will keep on going. Oh god, why did you keep on farming? I think he's gonna be able to Blink out anyway. Yes, dodges the boulder toss, so he's gonna be fine, but could have been scary. Oh, Link, there's S4 or Batrider, but he gets blown up. Or does he Maledict this tier there? Death Ward use as well. No chance for him to escape. So once again, Awake. I guess this time around it was Queen of Pain initiating on the Brewmaster, but that was Primal Split used. Batrider down, no lasso. G8, that's probably one of their best opportunities to go for like anything, any kind of huge objective. And that's also a lot of gold into the pockets of Queen of Pain, of course. 2.4k now in the bank. Cooler flying about, just bracers for Nori. Might be going for really late drums in the game. But 27 seconds, they don't know if Batrider has buyback or not. But do they even have enough to take Rax? I don't think they're gonna take Rax, but I think tier 3 should be within their grasp. Although Ice Armor is there, which is level 3, which means plus 6 armor, I think. Oh, plus 7. Okay, so it's 3, 5, 7, 9. What a weird amount of numbers, but tier 3 does go down now. Eye of the Storm still active for a little while. Go for range Rax, go for the safe Rax, or never mind. Switch to melee, or the Eye of the Storm is going on ranged. So Blink Thunderclap lands on free. Pretty nicely done, but doesn't have his ultimate. Nice swap from Nori. Sonic Wave, he saves his Boom, saves the Brewmaster. But they're gonna lose the range Rax. Melee Rax still alive, but they don't have Vengeful Spirit anymore. Are they gonna get both Rax? Sure, looks like it. Ice Armor doing a lot of work. Plasma Field will catch Lich, who still has a Chain Frost. Level 1. Oh, the lasso onto Deja Vu Knight, Queen of Pain. Is he gonna be able to survive? He's not. Echo Slam does clean up one, but the Primal Split is there. S4 though, Batrider, he's gonna lose his life, or is he? Nope, you set her up, buy some time. Chain Frost comes through Greymon. Adapter struck out of the Death Ward. Goddamn words are hard, guys. But they get the Rax. It's a 3-for-3 trade. Vance keeps on fighting. He doesn't care because Razor is about Boom. Does blink out straight after the Primal Split ends though. But in the end, I'd say a huge win for Garuda. Only losing 3 heroes. Razor and the Viper both survive, getting lots of gold in the process. 3.3k up on Razor. We'll make it 1.7 as it finishes up the Oblivion Staff. So going for a Refresher Orb, double ultimate, definitely not too shabby of a thing to have. And it just, we can see that the later things go. Awake also kind of lacking the damage. Yes, Eye of Skyline nice for Morphling, but still needs a tiny bit more, especially should the static link get activated on him. Smoke is picked up on Nori. If they catch somebody off guard, might be their opening in return, but so far, unless G8 want to go a little bit too greedy and not save for buybacks, then all 4 of their heroes will be able to do so. Looking at the net worth now, Morphling is number 1. Looking at the graphs though, the biggest lead so far in this game, about a 5k net worth lead for the side of Garuda, for Radiant, and XP, well, only 500 difference. Well, I guess that doesn't matter much, but even the net worth this late isn't all that substantial because it's not that massive. If it was like 10, 15,000, maybe like a couple of hexes would make a huge difference. But Vance, where you at, bro? Does have a BKB TP if need be, but there's a swap to get him out of that. I hope he doesn't try that. He BKBs anyway, tries to TP out. Is there going to be a swap? Of course there is. Vance, he is going to be screwed. That was kind of a wasted BKB. I would have liked more to see him BKB and try to run away, but Razor, he's there, gets the static link, gets some damage to Greymon, he gets blown up though. Fisher is there, Morphling takes a lot of damage, but gets his BKB off, lasso into Queen of Pain. He's gonna lose his life now. Man, that is a horrible fight. G8, don't throw like this. Viper, he even purchased something so he doesn't have buyback. Why did you purchase items as well? I have no idea. Of course, Awake, not too sure if they will be able to follow up because the lanes aren't at the tower, so backdoor protection will defend for them for now, but that was a fight that G8 should not have taken. That's just, your Viper is dead. He's actually pretty important in the fights. He has the mech, which I guess might not be that massive in this stage, but just getting Viper strikes and being an additional source that Awake have to just divide their damage on. While all 5 are there, that's pretty nice still, but they just went in, maybe not entirely 1 by 1, but a little bit sloppy plays definitely by G8. Maybe that 1 racks advantage kind of gave them a false sense of security. And now AC also finished up on the Brewmaster. Huge item pickup for them. Razor still holding on to the gold. Definitely wants to save enough for buyback. At the moment, still 3 heroes to have buybacks. So G8 should be able to defend high ground rather easily if Awake even want to pressure that one. Without Batrider being there, I doubt it, but Batrider has a haste room bottled up. That might be just an easy pick-off on anybody, really. You can just drag them out so far out of position with a 4-step and a haste. Well, maybe, just maybe Queen of Pain will get the Hex and not save for buyback, but Queen of Pain, I mean, 2.2k HP doesn't feel like that much at the moment because he dies pretty fast. Toy has picked up lifesteal now as well. Satanic might be the next choice. Never mind, Satanic is already finished. That's how much gold he has gotten all of a sudden. So suddenly life is hard. I mean, with the Vengeance Aura being there as well as the Vladimir's hitting for about 400 damage on Morphling, he is definitely getting pretty damn scary. Of course, it's getting pretty late into the game as well. 21,000 net worth, 5k ahead of the Viper. Oh god, I think G8, they got their 1 racks advantage, but I feel like that might not have been enough. Of course, just the fights are so different. Fight in, fight out, just whoever gets the better initiation. Most of the times it's just like 1 hero is dead for either side, and because of that a couple of extra heroes die in, just trying to buy time for the 1 hero to resurrect. Oh, Fisher, never mind, no follow-up though. Drums also finally finished on Nori. I guess it's a decentish aura as Queen of Pain gonna go straight into Toy Toy. Does he have that strike? Already used it to pop the Linkens and Queen of Pain. Just a few right clicks and the waveform drops down to half HP. You have to just give credit to the Morphling now that he has that much farm. Hex, of course, on Queen of Pain still gonna be an excellent choice, I think, in dealing with the Morphling. But Morphling this time around, I think this might be the first time where the Aegis isn't completely wasted or just blown up immediately after it gets picked up. AC though wants to finish it up as well, probably before the last fight or next fight. Is quite a lot of gold short from it though. Does need a plate mail as well as the recipe, which is 2.7k gold altogether. So he needs another like 1.4k. And at the moment he is not reserving enough money for a buyback. Actually, oh god, only Queen of Pain has buyback. This is gonna be bad if Vance gets found out. Boom does show himself though, so Vance gonna position himself a little bit safer, but even then can't really stay around for too long. Gem up on Nori as well. So they're going around dewarding, and to be honest, Gem is a rather important item to have when you're playing with a Batrider. Or to be honest, Gem is always nice to deny the enemy of map vision, but if the enemy does not know where the Batrider is, you're always gonna have to live in fear. But Hex is finished up now, so Queen of Pain also makes it so that there is no buyback. No buyback for a single hero on the side of Garuda Infinity. It's definitely a gamble, but if it pays off, it's gonna be huge. If not, well, it's gonna completely flop. And now, do they really go high ground? I hope not. If they get picked off here, things might be screwed, but boom, never mind. Just gonna pop Linkens on Deja Vu Knight, and that's gonna be it. Now though, who is gonna get the jump? What are they waiting for? I guess for G8 it's like try to split push, try to delay things out until the Aegis expires, which is another 2 minutes or so. So if they can wait it out, I don't think Awake should give them the chance though. I mean, Morphling hitting pretty hard, 4.3k once again in the bank. That is redonkulous, guys. This Morphling is farming suddenly so much faster than anybody else on the map. As oh, Hex is there on the Brewmaster. Maybe he wants to force out the Prime Split or Hex or anything, but neither of those things will happen by the looks of it. Goes for a Shadow Strike, right clicks as well. Maybe he's going to be able to bait out one at least if he keeps on going, but never mind, not even going to blink forward just because maybe a Batrider comes in. Brewmaster though just boots of travels into the mid lane. He's fine. Do we have earn charges on anybody? We do not. We do have a mech though, so we're gonna help out a tiny bit. Sonic Wave will be off cooldown in 12 seconds anyway, so it wasn't that big of a loss. But definitely want the Primal Split or Cheese. Either of those two to come just or be used. Age is still there, Paralyzing Cask, nothing to bounce to. Maledict was used, but no damage to follow up, so Maledict will do more or less nothing here. Oh, boom! Try to go for the Courier Snipe, which is carrying that Refresher Orb for the Razor. Maybe it's gonna be enough. If the fight is 5 and don't get blown up immediately, it might just be. As Vaughn also needs the Recipe and the Plate Mail, so he's not that far off. He does have buyback now though. BKB comes out from, oh god, they catch Greymon. Witch Doctor, he's gonna go down first, but they're gonna lose Toy in return, or are they? Maledict is there, I think he's gonna take down or the mech. 26 HP remaining, are you kidding me? Is he gonna lose the Aegis here? He should, and yes he is. Rulings in some trouble, but Refresher Orb double ultimate was used already from the Razor. They have to keep on fighting. BKB, Razor is stuck, oh god. He just got demolished, mech too late from Viper. Suddenly, there's a BKB there. Sonic Wave is used as well, only onto one. Not that great in all fairness, and Razor doesn't have buyback. Maybe the double ultimate was a little bit preemptive. I mean, Toy, had he died in the base here, would have been a hell of a lot better, but he got just far enough that Awake could just wait things out, and well, Sonic Wave will be up soonish, but Hex is on cooldown also for another 26 seconds. Razor is down for 48, and that is probably the biggest deal here. Just Refresher Orb, Static Storm, it's massive, massive amounts of damage. But it's just not going to be there. Even if he respawns, only going to have the Static Storm. Fisher, nice block, comes out. Blink, Scream of Pain also there. Nori couldn't quite go for the swap, only level 2 still. But Graphs, about 8k net lead for Awake now. XP, nearing 12,000. This Morphling, just not to be underestimated. 5.7k in the bank now. Can easily finish up a Manta style, can finish Butterfly, E-Blade, whichever he wants. I think Butterfly would be pretty excellent by now. And, well, Cliff was used on an 8 health tower, which of course was removed by Morphling just the second after it ends, the glyph. So looks like Awake definitely feeling comfortable here. When what do we have coming out? Yes, it's going to be the Butterfly finish for Morphling. Gonna be rather low on gold because of this though. But Roshan, it's not spawning yet for another 1 minute 50 seconds at least. So maybe if they get counter kills now, Awake, 3 of them do have buybacks. Now they just don't have the surprise factor at all. I mean, even if they smoke, still lacking kind of the blink. Although blink Hex, I guess, is pretty good for Queen of Pain, so that might just be fine. But they're grouped up, yet they just pretty much they got those racks here. Mostly because there was a mistake by Awake. That's pretty much it. Like a few pickoffs and suddenly they were able to do so, but Blink was used by Deja Knight. Little do they know that there's an Invis Batrider behind them. Invis is going to wear off soon enough, but he still has a Hex. And he's going to be blinking out before the 4-staff of the Earthshaker gets him to the high ground. Viper Strike used on a Replicate. I mean, killing a Replicate is just fine as well, although, oh god, Batrider almost loses his life, but then again, so does Razor. Razor will go down, whereas Batrider will survive with 100 HP, even less at the correct time. Brewmaster will get fissured up. But that's Razor down. Batrider survives, and well, didn't even have to break a sweat. Or well, I didn't have to use a lasso. Probably broke a sweat because he was like, oh shit, got to run. But Awake definitely feeling a little bit more solid in just their decision making now. Earlier on there were lots of trades where Awake, they went in, lost a hero, and that was it. But now, it's just them getting the better chumps. I mean, they have the Batrider. It's so hard to play against the Batrider. And G8, they are feeling the pressure now as well. Of course, there's still a Rex ahead, so theoretically the lanes will be pushing in their favor, and for Awake, even pushing out the lane towards in the mid, it's a little bit harder, but Toy does come in with the Replicate, fissured up immediately, so, but they need Razor in the fight. Razor would have double ultimate now as well if he respawns. As Batrider goes in, blinks in, not too far though, doesn't get the lasso or anything. Might even force the lasso to be honest, but range racks will go down. They can't really do much of anything. Ice armor even helping out more. 40 freaking 9 armor, and that's without the AC or the blast being close by for the Morphling. That's just a ridiculous amount. Toy just gonna be there, gonna right click Viper, barely tickles, BKB is there, gets the melee racks, waveform, Replicate out, and well, that's just how you do things. That's just how a Morphling operates. Could pick up Yamata style now, make pushing a little bit easier. Man, life is hard, but all that G8 needs is get the pick off, have the Razor with double ultimate, and suddenly the base of Awake would die within a matter of seconds. AC also finished the Viper now. So they're still a little bit short on buybacks, whereas Awake only Lich is missing his. So not that big of a deal. So G8, if they push high ground, even if they do get a few pickoffs, they're gonna have to be mighty wary of just getting jumped in return. Roshan, not the fastest free spawns, slightly above 10 minutes once again. So we'll see what exactly will happen with this or from this. As 5.1k, wow. 5.1k up on Boom, could go for Hex, could go for Abyssal Man. Just everybody's so freaking stacked by now. Or well, by everybody I mean Awake pretty much getting more and more farm, especially this Morphling. 3.9k. If he finishes the Manta style, gonna be almost 6 slot. It still could upgrade towards the Boots of Travels. I guess you can get rid of a BKB later on as well if you have enough gold and something to replace it with. But Roshan's still not up for another 20 or so seconds. But if it comes up, G8, I'm not entirely convinced that they're gonna be there in time. Of course, Awake, not too sure if they're gonna go back and check Roshan. But probably gonna play a pretty huge part in how things will just go down. Because so far, every single Rosh, 3 Roshans have gone to Awake. If G8 was able to just get one of those, with the cheese, with the Aegis, things might turn around. Although then again, if they had been able to contest that second Roshan, I think it was earlier, could have already been game. Maybe it was third Roshan, who knows. I think it was second though. But Roshan is up, Awake know it, and this is gonna be too fast. Just look at the damage on Morphling. He's hitting for 457 damage. And well, with the Aegis now, how the hell do G8 deal with this Morphling now? He has a Satanic to easily get lifesteal back. With the Butterfly, the right clicks aren't all that threatening. Even if Razor steals 224 damage with the Static Link, even then, I think the Morphling isn't gonna be bothered too much because he has just that crazy amount of armor. I want to see the Brewmaster coming close by because he's sitting on... Okay, there was a positive medallion on him, Ice Armor. Okay, let's just say Ice Armor will be there almost always. Positive medallion, maybe not. But he's sitting on 40 plus. That's 73 physical damage reduction, but they get the Earthshaker. That is huge! Earthshaker does have buyback, thank god for that. Does have the Blink Echo Slam, which only level 2, but might be exactly what they need nonetheless. But Brewmaster just pushing out top lane. He does have Boots of Travels to join the fight if need be. Toy in the front lines, creates a replicate of Viper. Pretty tanky, but with the effort of a couple of heroes, they should be able to bring him down. Paralyzing Cask will bounce back to a creep wave. Queen of Pain also waiting for something. Has himself also a BKB finish now. Oh god. This is going to be a hard defense. Just they have the Aegis for so long as well. Still almost 4 minutes, slightly less so, but even then, boom, didn't, well, he did use Boots of Travels, but I think he went to the mid lane and now ran in. But look at the armor on the Toy now. He has 77% of physical reduction, plus he has 35% evasion from the Butterfly. That's just too much. Too freaking much for G8 to handle, I think. They need an Aghanim's Death Ward, level 3, but they just don't have it. And Witch Doctor probably won't be able to Death Ward for too long anyway in fights. Flame Breaks, Lasso, probably not going to be used on him, but Magic Missile, possibly a swap if need be, Adaptive Strike, Cyclone, Boulder Toss. It's just so many things. He needs to stay really far back, but Fisher onto Toy. They can't really commit too much, and BKB comes out from Razor. He's gonna get the lasso on the BKB Razor, but look at the physical damage Toy. He does way too much, and that was at least one ultimate. Still has to refresh her for the second ultimate if need be. Once trying to do as much as he can. Sonic Wave used onto Toy, but it's not nearly enough. He still has the Satanic, hasn't used it, but the Hex is there. He's gonna lose his Aegis, but who the hell cares about Aegis, guys? 2 heroes are down, whereas Awake only lose the Aegis now. Batrider trying to go for more. Nice Echo Slam. Yo2 drops low, but still alive and doesn't really matter. Waveform forward. Toy wants to keep on going. Satanic not used. And well, Fisher comes out. I have no idea what that is, but Toy pro player online. Anyway, well played. GG is called Awake. Tie up the series 1-1. And this, guys, is gonna be the last one as well for us, or for me at least. So thank you so much for tuning in. Awake do tie up the series 1-1. No third game, guys. It was a 2-game series, best of 2. So maybe we're gonna be back tomorrow. We'll see what the games bring for us. But I do hope you enjoy the game, and of course I appreciate it greatly that you tuned in to just share some Southeast Asian Dota with us. We are of course HeflaTV. I am Coucher. If you want to follow us, or follow HeflaTV mostly because that's where I'm casting all the time, it's HeflaTV on Facebook as well as Twitter, HeflaTV for both. And for my personal self, it is at Coucher everywhere as well. So check me out, leave me some feedback if you like me, check out HeflaTV for sure. And well, just have a good one, guys.